3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon, everybody. Rick Mertell here with the Veteran Entrepreneur Training System. Here with Don Rice, President of Synergy Financial Partners. Of course, this is presented by Synergy Financial Partners through Ferguson Hot Talk Radio. Today, being Memorial Weekend, kind of want to start off with, just remembering all the soldiers and Marines and Navy and all the different armed forces people that have, given their lives for the freedom that we have today to do this and to be able to do the things that we do in our nation. So we just want to give thanks and remember them, for all the sacrifices, those that sacrifice their lives, especially so that we have the freedoms to do things like this podcast radio show that we're doing here today. Welcome today, Don. Today we're going to talk about our program, the Veteran Entrepreneur Training System. Number one is the training. What we're doing, our initiative is we're looking for veterans that have an entrepreneurial spirit, so we can help them to build a business for themselves, but not by themselves, with us here at Synergy Financial Partners. We provide all the training. Fortunately, veterans have a lot of the skill sets already learned through the military that are necessary in what we do. And we're just looking for more people to help us go forward and helping more people to serving in the community. And so today we're gonna start off real quick with a quick video about, we're going to be talking about tax-free retirement today, and we have a really short video. Scott, if you could pop that up real quick, please. Thank you.
When it comes to retirement planning, there are three kinds of people. The guy who doesn't think about or plan for retirement, you don't want to be that guy. The gambler type who feels the only way to grow her money is to risk losing it all in the stock market, and the play it safe type who shudders at the thought of losing a single penny of his savings, even if it means sacrificing any opportunity for that money to grow. For years, retirement planning has been vastly limited to choices that fall on one side of the scale or the other. And so, money-savvy people tend to invest in 2, 3, 14, 50 different products in an attempt to balance the scale. But what if there was a way to capture the upside potential of a risky product and the downside protection of a secure product all in one solution? Well, hold on to your potatoes. Let's talk about IUL. Indexed Universal Life can harness the best parts of both sides of the financial seesaw. IUL is a form of permanent life insurance that, whoa, hang on. Life insurance has changed in the last 20 years. You know it as something that just pays out when you die. But these days, life insurance can actually be one of the most powerful wealth accumulating vehicles on the market. One huge benefit of IUL is the ability to harness the power of compound interest to potentially generate large amounts of non-taxable cash value within the policy. This cash value can be accessed later in life to fund a happy, healthy, non-taxable retirement. Your IUL's performance directly reflects the performance of the stock market index while implementing a 0% floor and a market cap, usually around 10%. So your cash value participates in the growth of the market up to the cap and sits safely on the sidelines when the market goes down. You forego some of the upside to alleviate all of the downside. So zero is your hero. With IUL, you won't spend a single day of your accrual making up for losses. Pretty cool, right? Well, it gets better. When designed properly, IUL can serve as a retirement vehicle based on a financial chassis of life insurance protection. And because of IRS tax code exemptions for life insurance, your cash value can create a tax-advantaged way to generate more income in retirement. That's something your 401k or IRA simply can't offer. So what might an IUL look like for you? Let's talk specifics. Larry here is in decent health, a non-smoker, and contributes $500 a month to his IUL starting at age 35. This contribution is conservatively projected to generate $500,000 of cash value by the time Larry retires at age 65. If he chooses to, Larry can turn on a non-taxable income stream from his IUL, giving him $60,000 of income per year to supplement his retirement. And the longer he waits to access this money, the larger it can grow. That death benefit is even accessible when Larry's still living if he suffers a critical, chronic, or terminal illness. So if Larry gets sick, he's covered. If he dies unexpectedly, his family is covered. And if neither of those things happen, the money Larry's paid into his IUL over the years can fund a happy, healthy, tax-advantaged retirement. Assuming Larry lives to age 90, he will have contributed a total of $186,000 into his IUL, drawn out $1.5 million in non-taxable retirement income, and still leave behind a very sizable tax-free death benefit for his heirs. The person who shared this video with you can show you what an IUL might look like for you given your specific age, health, contribution level, and retirement plans. Contact them today to get the specific numbers and see if IUL is a fit for you.
One part of one of the things that we do for people in the business that we're in, the financial services. So we're here to talk today about the Veteran Entrepreneur Training System. Don, if you could elaborate a little bit about the system for everybody, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, Rick. Here at Synergy, we have a few initiatives as far as outreach, and one of those is the VET system, the Veteran Entrepreneurship Training Program. Just as Rick was saying earlier, we're looking for people with certain qualities and certain, characteristics, and you learn a lot of those in the military. You're there to serve. You're there to, help the community and help the people around you. You're motivated. You like to work in teams, that sort of thing. So there's lots of things that you already know. You have those abilities. And we can teach you the finance side. We can teach you about insurance. We can teach you about investing. We can teach all these types of things. It's those personal characteristics that a lot of times are hard to teach people. So that's why we're definitely reaching out to veterans, giving them a way to transition out of the military and get into financial services and start a career instead of just looking for a job when you get out. You can definitely start a career with us that can be very, very rewarding. And like I tell people all the time, the nice thing about what we do is, every dollar that you make, it's because you've put another family in a better financial position. So that's a really good thing. It's a great feeling. You can go on our website, synergyfinancial.com. There's lots of testimonial videos if you just want to see a lot of the stuff that we do. There's a lot of educational videos on there. The entire homepage is nothing but educational videos. Synergy leads everything we do with education. We teach people about different financial concepts. We teach people, like you were just seeing, tax-free retirement, living benefits. If you've watched any of our other shows, you see a lot of the different topics that we cover. And again, with your abilities of going out, talking to people, getting people to our wealth workshops. We have a lot of workshops called Wealth 101s that we do to teach people how to make better decisions with their money, how to save on their taxes, all that kind of stuff. There's lots and lots of things that we do that you can tap into very quickly once you come in and start working in this program. And again, you're helping your community and you're building a business, building a career while you're doing it. So it's very, very rewarding.
Yeah, it's awesome. I appreciate it, Don. Yeah, so the veterans, the program that we're doing, like Don says, we're just looking for people because we found that there's, especially during the last year and a half with the pandemic, we found that there's so many people that need more than we even knew before that need what we do. I mean, the living benefits portion of it is huge because you never know what's going to happen, and to prepare for the future is our biggest thing. And we like to lead with education, and we're just looking for those people to help us get to more people faster, because we don't want to leave anybody behind. You never want to leave a man behind. So today we're going to talk about tax-free retirement. We had the video showed a little bit about IUL. Index Universal Life is what that is. There's a lot of acronyms in this business, but Index Universal Life is just one way that we can protect people in actually several areas at once. If you could kind of go into a little more details on the IUL for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. So with IUL, it's how we typically will build a personal pension, but it is a type of permanent insurance. It is an insurance chassis that we build an asset on top of. So if you've ever wondered when you're talking about pensions, you hear the word personal pension. Well, a pension in the past was bought for you by your employer. So they were helping you with your pension. They were either getting a retirement insurance contract or an annuity set up in your name, and then they were contributing, you were contributing, that sort of thing. But people don't know that they can do their own pensions. You can do what's called a personal pension. We build those now with IULs. There's a few different ways to do it, but we choose IUL because it has the best growth potential. You can't lose any money in it. So you're putting money away. It's going up with a feature called indexing. Where your money goes up as the markets are moving up, and your money just stays stagnant if the markets are going negative. So instead of that zigzag that everybody's used to in their IRAs and 401ks, your money is going to be in more of a stepping format. So it goes up when the market's going up, but then it flat lines when the market goes negative. It doesn't take any losses. It'll stay at zero that year as far as pluses and minuses. You cannot get any minuses. And so that's why in any given year, yes, a 401k or an IRA or the market, any type of market account can outperform the IUL. But we're looking at long term. This is a retirement plan, so we're looking at 10, 20, 30 years in the future. And when you look at it that way, because you're never trying to dig yourself out of holes, you're never trying to make up for those losses, you actually end up outperforming most market accounts over the long haul. Okay, so a lot of people think, well, if your money's safe like that, if you can't take losses, and you're not going to make anything. Well, some of the programs that we use have actually averaged over 8.3% over the last 35 years. So a good 7, 8, 9% average return with no risk of losing any money. So you're not sitting here every day, oh my God, what just happened in the market? What happened to my money? That peace of mind is a great thing. And again, it's a true retirement plan. So when you're looking at retirement plans, and I know everybody thinks, well, 401k, that's the retirement plan. Well, not really. The 401k is not even a true retirement plan. It's a retirement supplement. A 401k lasts until you run out of money. A retirement plan lasts for the rest of your life. So when you're on a pension, if you ever wondered why granddad got a check for the rest of his life, and then when he passed away, grandma got a check, it's because that pension is built on a life chassis, and that extra money is coming to the beneficiary when the person that's getting the either the annuity or the pension or whatever was to pass away. So it gives you a great way to hold money, to grow money, not worry about losing money, give you a check for the rest of your life, and then on top of that, it gives you that tax-free benefit. So the way that IULs work in the end is they actually use what's called a loan feature to give you your retirement. So instead of your IRA, when you take that money out, which is a distribution, okay, so a distribution counts 100% toward your retirement. I mean, and toward income. So you pay income tax on all of it. All right. So if you're pulling $100,000 a year out of your IRA, that's $100,000 of income that you're pulling. So now your Social Security is going to be means tested. You're going to get less Social Security, pay more taxes on it. Your Medicare is going to get means tested. You're going to pay more for your Medicare because you make too much money, that sort of thing. When you're pulling money out of your personal pension through an IUL, that money is given to you through the loan provision of the policy. So if you've got, let's say, $700,000 built up over the next 20, 30 years, they're actually going to give you that $100,000 you need, or $70,000, or whatever your retirement is at that point in time. They're going to give you that out of their general fund. They've got billions and billions and billions at the life insurance company in their general fund. There's no risk to them whatsoever with your $700,000 account or whatever's in your account to give you that $100,000 retirement. The account is right there. So they do that. You're never taxed on loans, and you're not normally taxed on life insurance. So you have two things protecting you from tax at that time. Remember, you paid your taxes before the money went in. So when we say tax-free, it means you're going to get that growth on money that's already been taxed, kind of like a Roth IRA, except for, you can put as much money as you can qualify for into this thing. You're not limited, and you're not worried about losing money like in a Roth goes up and down. This only goes up or sideways. So it gives you a lot of extra benefits, and it gives you that when it comes out, it actually comes out as a loan, so it's not considered income. So you get your retirement, but you still get your full Social Security. You still get your full Medicare, all that kind of stuff. You still qualify for whatever you'd be qualifying for anyway, without having to worry about paying income tax and not qualifying for certain things when you're actually in retirement. So there's a lot of benefits to using the IUL as a retirement asset. And I tell people all the time, once you've bought it and start putting money into it, yes, you have that life insurance. It's always going to be there. It's going to pay you one day, to go to your heirs. But now you also have living benefits attached to it. So you have the ability to tap into it if you have something catastrophic that happens to you, but you live through it. So there's lots of extra benefits you can use this for, in conjunction with or instead of retirement if you actually need to. So it gives you a lot of different options by building your retirement this way.
Awesome. Thanks, Don. There's a lot of resources out there besides just us. Of course, sometimes when you hear one person say something, you don't always, you're not sure that it's the right thing. But there's a book out called The Retirement Miracle, which if you contact Don or I, we can get you a copy of that. And there's a gentleman named Ed Slott that I came across one time watching PBS. And he's a CPA and he doesn't work in the insurance business, but he speaks very highly of IULs and how they work and how things like that can work for your future. One of the best tax laws there are out there. So we're pretty much getting toward the end here, but we got a short video or another video. It's a little bit longer than the last one, but this video is a testimonial of one of our clients that actually, unfortunately, was able to use several of the features of the IUL. The whole thing started with in mind with the tax-free retirement, but unfortunately, life's events caused him to be able to use the other options too. So, Scott, if you could start that video, please.
My name is Shannon Hay, and this is my living benefits story. Kevin and I met when he was in chiropractic school. Literally, it was from day one. We fell in love, and we've been together every day since. We just enjoyed each other's company, and we were best friends. We have 6 kids, Chrislyn, Caitlin, Cameron, Shaylin, Caden, and Ashlyn, and we live on beautiful 12 acres in White County.
My name is Don Rice. I'm from Canton, Georgia. I work with Synergy Financial Partners as a financial advisor. And what we do at Synergy Financial is we teach people how money works and also the power of living benefits.
We originally met Don Rice. He was a patient at our chiropractic office, a portable chiropractor in Woodstock, Georgia. Kevin was a friend to all of his patients, so they quickly became friends.
It just turned into where we would just, help each other. Anytime I was in pain, he would help me, and anytime he was in financial pain, he would give me a call, and we just worked together from there. You couldn't have known a better person.
So Kevin's office, he ran by himself. He had no receptionist. He had no CA, chiropractic assistant, nobody. It was just him. People would come in, they sign in, they go to a table. When that table becomes available, the next person goes in. The practice grew so fast. We got to where we were seeing 300 or 400 or 500 patients a week. He was seeing about 100 people a day.
With him really running everything, if something were to happen,
My name is Shannon Hay, and this is my living benefit.
Enough money into his policy over the first few years that he was able to actually buy his office building. And that's one of the things that Shannon tells me all the time is she is so happy that she owns the building outright because it puts her in such a better position with the business and the practice as it is now. Life can be very unpredictable, and in this case that actually proved to be true. Just a few years later, after we've put this policy in place, everything changed.
We had a time in February when we thought he had food poison. He needed to go get checked out. The doctor called us back and told us to meet in his office, and that's when they told us they found a tumor. Within just a few days, we found out it was cancer. He had colorectal cancer.
I had went into his office that day and was just there to get adjusted, and it came up. He just mentioned to me that he had just been diagnosed. That's where the living benefits really come in. The fact that he had that critical illness rider, and when he was diagnosed with cancer, we were able to accelerate that death benefit and actually put over $600,000 worth of living benefit in his hand as peace of mind.
I asked him to stop working. Our main focus was him healing during that time. We were able to hire a chiropractor to come in the office. We were able to hire receptionists to take over and handle our finances at the office at the time. We weren't used to paying 2 salaries, and that money had to come from somewhere. And luckily, we were able to use the living benefits policy to do that.
One of the big benefits of the living benefit was actually giving him peace of mind on how he used the money.
We did a lot of research on natural cancer treatments. There were several alternative treatments that without the living benefits policy we never would have been able to afford. We had a dream always of having a big barn building for the kids to play in. We got the barn finished on September 2nd. So September 18th, sometime during the night that night, he woke up and talked to me for the last time. That conversation that night let me know that we were at the end. As soon as I got up the next morning on the 19th, I called the kids and I said, "You need to come and you need to be prepared." I called Don, and he came right away.
As an agent, it's always hard when you lose a client. It really is. But this was even more so, just because he was such a good friend of mine. He has 6 kids. So that was huge, being able to walk in, hand them that check, not just condolences. The family was able to receive over $1 million worth of death benefit to continue his legacy into the future. It paid for their house. It paid for an entire farm, and they've built a barn in their home and everything on that farm. So just seeing them every day there and knowing what he was able to put in place, that legacy he was able to build, it's a wonderful thing.
Not every day's easy. Most days are hard. But we have a lot to be thankful for. We really have a lot to be thankful for. We were actually able to bury Kevin out here on the farm. We created our own graveyard cemetery, and we can see him anytime we want. It's just nice to have him close. The very best part of all this is that from this day forward, my kids are all taken care of. Their future is set. They have trust funds set up. They have life insurance policies set up with living benefits.
Dr. Hayes' case really shows the versatility of the IUL as an asset class. It was actually able to be what he needed it to be when he needed it. While he was healthy, he was able to use the loan provisions in order to grow his business, as well as setting up a tax-free retirement plan for himself. When he did get sick, he was able to use the living benefit portion in order to keep his business running and give him peace of mind to have cash in hand in order to pay for medical expenses, things like that. And then when he did finally pass away, he was able to keep his business running for his family and also provide cash for the legacy to help move his family into the future.
I personally have my own living benefits policy now. I have one on each of my children at this point. You just don't know what tomorrow brings. And in those times, it's just awesome to know if something were to happen, I could pick up the phone and call Don and he'd be there with a check. We have the honor of him being our friend outside of just being our agent.
Just being there and able to serve them that way, it makes what I do every day the best thing in the world.
Yeah, I know that's tough for Don to watch as many times as he's seen it, but it does remind us. It reminds us of what we do, how important it is, and how we can change lives. I mean, from the beginning to when something does happen to somebody, and we can change the future of their family. So it's really an honor to do what we do, and that's part of why we're looking for veterans, who are honorable servicemen, to help us move forward and help more people. And with this being Memorial Weekend, just want to say again, I just want to I'm so thankful that for the veterans that have, given their lives so that we can do the things. I mean, a lot of people will barbecue and swim and all kinds of fun things this weekend, and those things are all brought to us by the veterans. And we have to remember them and appreciate the service and their sacrifices that they gave for us. And just hope everybody has a great weekend. But Don, can you end it up here for us and with the contact information, and a little bit more about how they can get started?
Yes, absolutely. You can see our contact information at the bottom. Go ahead and just reach out if you want more information on the VET system. You can email myself at drice@Synergy Financial or Rick at rickmertell@gmail.com. Just go ahead and let us, just reach out. We'll walk you through what you need to know in order to, go ahead and get yourself set up, get into the training program, that sort of thing. It's a very simple process, and it'll take you probably about, most people it takes about 2 to 4 weeks to get some licensing in place and certain things that you have to do in order to hit the ground running. So we'll definitely walk you through all that. And again, you can find more info at website synergyfinancial.com. Or just contact us, and we'll be happy to go through it with you. We do have those Wealth 101 workshops that we do here on Zoom as well, and we do that about every other week. We'll have one in Zoom because we do a lot in person. So if you ever want to be part of any of those workshops, again, just reach out. We'll get you the links for that so that you can, really get a feel for what we do, the types of things you'll be educating people on, and that sort of thing. So always never hesitate. Just reach out if you have any questions.
All right, beautiful. Appreciate you, Don. You have an awesome weekend, and thank you, Scott. And we will everybody just go forward and enjoy this weekend, and please reach out to us. And if you have the opportunity, share this with somebody that you know. Share it with a veteran, share it with a friend. Just want to get the word out to as many people as we can. So appreciate your help. Have a great weekend. Thank you, everybody.
Absolutely.